I kind of tempted to listen to the guy saying something about him being 35 or something. Like he's
He
about
was
to
like one of the
unpack
people
stuff.
that I was trying to talk to.
We could go back if
Yeah,
you
he was
want.
like, I want to talk about. Nah, no, no. When I mean I'm trying to talk to him, like he was too retarded to hold a conversation.
Yeah, back to square
Um,
one.
he's like, why does everyone just? He's complaining that people don't talk about. I'm like, okay, pick a topic then. So he didn't. I'm like, okay, can you suck on your own toes? He's like, bruh, why do people always talk about sex in this game? I'm like, okay, you pick a topic then. And I had to like prompt him a number of times to start talking, like, stop complaining and sitting there being a vegetable and start talking about something you like. So
Hmm.
he decided on late stage capitalism. And then he started talking about how BlackRock owns everything. And I was like, yeah, in 10 years' time, your America will be a police state. Everyone will be on UBI.
I mean, America
And then he
is
started
already a
complaining
police
that he
state.
wasn't. Not quite yet, but it's going that way. Like CBDCs or whatever are going to be used to exert even more control over people. And he was like, I'm not talking about that. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, fucking fine. I won't talk to you then.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then there's the other guy who literally will not stop talking. He's just like, nyam, 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 nyam. Like, alongside our conversation the whole time. And then the guy I'm trying to talk to was trying to talk to him, making the mistake of taking him seriously. So, and then the girl that I started talking to in the first place just fucking left. Like, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Uh, that's fine. So wait, you were talking to a girl. What were you talking about? Usually that
Um,
is not the case.
I called out a spelling mistake because she couldn't spell people.
Fair enough.
Um,
I
yeah,
can't
she wasn't
spell.
really very talkative.
Hmm. Because I mean, you haven't been there for the most part. Let's say like the type of interaction that I had in the past, let's 30 minutes, is the type of
Yeah.
interaction that I want to have, or one of the type of interactions that I
Oh,
want to
there you go.
remember the whole thing that we when we talked long time ago about um having some form of mutual respect with with people that you genuinely disagree with.
Yeah.
Um, which is, I guess, like putting two different religions against each other, like, and discussing the whole, hey, let's discuss the differences. Like, this is one way to start a fight.
Because historically, I guess, religious people are the most defensive and the word
Reactionary.
something like they're quick to anger to defend their religion, and they're also um they're like, for the life of them, they cannot change their opinion. They're just stuck with whatever their book tells them. Like that's most, like 99% of religious people.
Yeah, I mean that. I guess that's the difference between, well, because in general, I will be stuck with the same opinions that I have for the rest of my life. Um, because by this stage, I guess maybe change becomes a little harder. Um, but it's not like, I guess the problem that people try to point out is that their inability to discuss normally. Um, which
Yeah, like they
sometimes,
don't have an open mind, I suppose.
yeah, I guess sometimes it depends on like which type of people you're talking to, what's been happening, why, or like, you know, there's usually more factors than just the religion. Because I've seen someone who is very reactionary, who was not very religious, who stuck to a stupid opinion, for example. Or we're stuck to an opinion without any possibility of it being wrong, if you want to call it that. And to some
So we
extent,
agree
again,
then.
oh, fuck off.
So
That is not
proceed
an that.
to say something completely against what what you just talked about. So we agree then.
Yeah.
No, you fucking idiot.
And like again, we just talked. Like there's no aggression in the whole topic. I didn't yell at them. They didn't
Yeah.
yell at me. I basically am like, yeah, this is our position. This is what we think about your position. And this is what I would say in response to X, Y, and Z. And they would reply with something similar. And the whole idea of us not agreeing on the idea did not necessarily arise. It was definitely obvious, but it didn't look like I'm going to start throwing hands at them because they're Christian, for example, or because they're Jews, or because they're Hindus. Uh, uh, so there's these type of problems that I have in here is that there's people with their like I have my what you might call you would broadly call preconceived notions like things that I agree with and I think are true as is if you want to call them and I might come around and be able to talk to people with all of these with me holding to these like preconceived notions but while at the same time trying to understand other people's like positions. Like I want to know what your preconceived notions are, and even if I disagree with them on a fundamental level, it doesn't mean that I have to hate you, for example, or like want you to be dead, or I want you to be shut down, never to talk again, get you cancelled on Twitter or something like that. If we just talk and we would put one idea against another, or like we would examine an idea against another, and that's it. We would go about our days. Um, you know, whereas the other type of the one that I was complaining about most of the time is that the people that, hey, I believe X, I don't want to back it up, and if you don't like it, you should die.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up, can we at least talk about it? Like, can you convince me? It's like, nah. And that was so like these are two different interactions. Like one of them is record A, is the record I'm trying to find, and there's record B, and like consistently in the last month before I stopped playing this shit game, it was like all record B, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. At this point, that was like, fuck this. uh,
Because it sounds like the two different types of people are
Yo,
the
what do you
ones
guys
that
talk about?
want to learn
hello.
and the ones that want to control you.
Yeah, chest, bruh. Chest, bruh.
What's your cup size?
What do you mean?